Hi, cat. Come and get some mango, baby.
One, two, 1, 2, 3. Self-awareness is a superpower. My name is KathyLaDonna. Welcome to Soul and Vibration. I hope the free thinkers are doing well. And if you're not doing well, I'm happy to remind you that you are the most powerful person that you know. You are the most powerful person that you know because only you can create your reality. Hey guys, today is Wednesday, March 8th, and the energies in the day adds up and reduce to the number 9 vibration. If today is your birthday, happy birthday. So the day adds up to the number 9 vibration. The number 9 deals with endings, whether it's a thought process or something actually comes to an end. Yesterday was the day of the full moon, so of course, days leading up to the moon and after the full and new moon energies, we can experience endings, sometimes 3-4 days after. But with the full moon being just yesterday, today might be the day where you're experiencing something coming to an end. Maybe yesterday something happened that touched you on an emotional level or was some kind of a trigger or inspiration or motivation, but today is like, something comes to some kind of culmination. And I feel like it will be happening over the next few days with, say, tomorrow being the 9th, even though today's energies add up and reduce the number 9 vibration. And with today being the 8th, I feel like the number 8 could be such a focused, tunnel vision type of number. It's like I think of how people who are strongly associated with the number 8 sometimes could be in like a negative relationship, and even though everybody is trying to warn them, they can't see it. So I think of, say, today, if something is inspired having to do with the full moon energy to bring something to an end, but the tunnel vision and the focus makes it hard, to fully see something through. The tunnel vision and the focus is like being delusional about what's actually happening and surrendering to like the transformation and changes that's trying to happen. So the dragonfly energy is a spirit animal for the day, and the dragonfly energy is an air element, air related energy. So this brings me to something about the mind, something about communication. Maybe communication is a factor today, something to reflect on. And of course, today is Mercury Day. Mercury is the ruler of Wednesday, and Mercury is in the sign of Pisces. And Mercury is in the sign of Pisces. So with Mercury in the sign of Pisces, communication can feel like it's a bit underwater. It's a bit underwater because, we're hearing with our emotions instead of hearing what's actually being said. And when I say hearing with our emotions, this could be based on our projections and our ideal desires to things, not like, say, premonition, heart, empathic listening. That's not what I mean when I say hearing with the emotions, but hearing with our desired expectations, and those being backed by emotional demands. So with the dragonfly energy coming up, to me, this is where things can go from one extreme to the next on a mental level, or like what it is that we're hearing or how it is that we're communicating. So to me, this is where, someone might express something one way, and then before you know it, it's like, they're saying something totally different. And maybe they are saying something totally different, but then I think of, say, with the Pisces energy, or better yet, the moon and Libra energy. With the moon and Libra energy being so diplomatic, to me, sometimes with Libra energy, I find that it's not always as diplomatic as people would like to think, but like more like people pleasing, in the sense like I don't want other people to be mad at me, so I'm gonna say something where everybody is, that works for everybody, but really does it really work for you who is expressing it? I think of the person who's trying to find the nice way to let somebody down, or a nice way to let somebody know that they're not interested, only for that person to keep coming because they're not getting that message. Where like, say with me, sometimes I'll get certain calls or I'm out and certain people will approach me and I'll tell them straight up, I don't even want to waste your time, but I'm no disrespect, but I'm not interested. Like, I'm not even going to let you like try to like, I'm not interested. Like, shut it down right there. And it's like, no disrespect, but like, if you respect your time, you would respect me, like saving you from like this spiel when I know I'm not interested. So it's like, when it comes to the energies today, you know, like the number 9 energy likes to rock the boat. It doesn't, it's like that Libra energy. It's a chameleon energy. It doesn't want conflict. So this is where we go along to get along. You know, I think of, say, the number 9 energy, like people who are strongly associated with the number 9 energy, most of them laugh a lot or smile a lot. And the laughing or smiling could be misunderstood as if they're in agreement with what's happening or they're having a good time, when really it's like a soothing mechanism. It's a way of dealing with things. I remember under one of my number 9 videos, somebody shared an experience they had where, I don't know if it was a school thing or wherever, but they were in the morgue and they saw the dead body and bust out laughing and felt like they wanted to disappear, because I could just see how whoever is there that saw that probably figure, like, you know, put some kind of label on them and like sociopath, whatever label they put, because they bust out laughing when really it's a nervous laugh. You know, so with the number 9 energy and even someone learning to laugh to cope, to me that laughter is almost a way of disarming, say, you know, others, in the sense, like, think of a person growing up in a very traumatizing environment and they learn to laugh to cope with things. Even when things weren't funny, the laughter disarmed the people around them, that made it not okay for them to share their desires or have needs or even matter. So it's like the laughing was just, you know, a way to just deal. It's like, you know, it's like, say me sitting here and doing this, where instead of that person doing that, they laugh. So with the number 9 energies of the day and Mercury and Pisces, we can find ourselves, say, rocking, like avoiding rocking the boat, going along to get along, not wanting to cause drama or confusion. Same with the moon in Libra energy. And the issues that I have when it comes to this kind of energy is that you don't always know where you stand with somebody. Because I remember when I used to be in the salon and I would have clients sit in my chair who are strongly associated with the number 9 energy. And I would talk about, you know, numerology and spirituality with them. And, you know, I would bring it up with certain people and, you know, they'll make it clear, like, you know, they're not into that because they're really strong into their religious beliefs. And I respect that. But like a 9 person is like, they'll sit there and laugh. But like, as an empath, I can feel them getting anxious when I start like describing certain things about their personality, because the number 9 energy is one that deals with familiarity. So if they weren't raised to be into a thing, or like people strong with associated with the number 9 energy, like if they weren't raised to think a thing is okay, it takes them a long time to become okay with that. So with like the person sitting in my chair, they'll act like they're okay with it, but I can feel them getting anxious when I start telling them certain things about their characteristics, and I'll stop because I can feel their anxiety, where they would just sit there and laugh while they are like having a nervous breakdown within themselves because it's freaking them out. Like, is she a witch? What is she? How does she know this about me? What else does she know about me? It's like all those thoughts is happening within them, but at the same time, they're going to sit there and endure it, not wanting to rock the boat, where I had to, like, you know, use my empathy to realize this person is uncomfortable when I said this, the first thing. So I'm going to stop right there. And then I'll always say to them, like, I could tell you're uncomfortable. I won't say I feel your energy because that'll probably freak them out even more. But I'll say, I could tell that this makes you uncomfortable, so I'm going to stop. And they'll be like, no, I'm not uncomfortable. But they don't say to keep going. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to, say, the energies within today, I feel like some of the challenges is not knowing where you fully stand, because, like, you know, people not wanting to rock the boat or have issues or confusion, or you could find yourself like not wanting to rock the boat, so you're not saying all that you need to say, Or it could be a situation where you find somebody being manipulative, because I feel like with the energies in the day and all of the energies that I mentioned, these energies can also be manipulative because we're conditioned to see certain things a certain way. So when someone has a smile on their face and they're behaving a certain way, you know, we might think, okay, that's a nice person, when really that person is finessing the hell out of you. You know, it's that kind of vibe that I see. And then with the number 8 energy, the day being the 8th, we can have such tunnel vision and focus towards like we don't see what's happening around us, even though it's happening right in front of us. And the spirit and the tarot associated with the day is the Queen of Cups in the upright position. And I love the Queen of Cups in the upright position coming up because, as you can see on the card, that queen, that cup of all the cups is closed. And that queen is using her premonition, her intuition, her abilities to see into the cup. It's like picking up and reading what's in the cup without actually seeing what's in the cup. So it's like what I was mentioning with my interactions in the salon. And when I would interact with 9 people who weren't raised to be into this world, or who were raised to see it in a negative light, I would have to use my premonition and intuition to know what's happening, because their whole vibe would seem like they're good with it because they're laughing. You know, where from me studying the numbers, I know that okay, laughing for a 9 person doesn't always mean that they're happy or that they're cool. Laughing might be a way of coping, you know. So from numerology, I was able to, you know, and premonition and all that, I was able to read what's happening within a thing and not just go by what I'm seeing on the outside. So at the moon in Libra, the moon squares Mars in Gemini, and Neptune conjunct the sun, and sun conjunct Mercury in Pisces. So the inner world is in a space where it's like, yes, inner world in Libra, I want to be balanced, meaning I want to get along with everyone, you know, but with the inner world squaring Mars and Gemini, something about motivations having to do with others. It's like, even though you want to get along with everyone, and at the same time with the energies in Pisces, wanting time for yourself, wanting introspection, there's like an imbalance between wanting to get along with everyone, but at the same time trusting your intuition with the Pisces energy, trusting your intuition, trusting your abilities, trusting what's happening within you. And sometimes that's just the way it has to be. Like, we have to choose ourselves and what it is that we're experiencing over connection sometimes, because you'll be surprised how most people like to or are comfortable within toxic environments. In the sense that most people, I find, and I could be wrong, but I come across and find that most people, you know, fear confrontation. So there could be a disagreement or an issue, and, you know, they'll feel some type of way, but like be so good at acting like they feel no way and getting around each other. And of course, those feelings never went anywhere. So this is where, you know, a person can find themselves low key throwing shade and don't even know they're throwing shade, but that's because they still feel some kind of way because they were slighted or something happened. Where like with me, when it comes to my personal relationships, if something happens where I feel some type of way, like I have to address it with the person in order for us to move on. And I expect the same with them, because when we address it, I might find that I'm misunderstood, or they might get to explain themselves, and then we're able to get past it. But if we don't get to do that, then we interact with each other, and you could feel the underlying nastiness. And that's something that, you know, I kind of hated working with the public sometimes, when you're seeing the same people over and over again, and something might happen where it's like, you know, people, we're humans, we make mistakes. You know, I might have said something, or something might have happened, or someone misunderstood, but no one's saying anything, and the person's coming around and you can feel like something is wrong. And this isn't even working with the public in your job. This could be with your friends and your family members, because most people don't like confrontation, because confrontation to me is normally seen as something that's going to turn into violence, when it doesn't necessarily mean that. It just means that I want to confront you about something that I experienced, that I feel like you did or whatever. And it's like confronting you don't mean fighting you or arguing with you. It's like, I want to bring this to your attention because I want you to understand how this made me feel. Because with me bringing it to your attention so you can understand how it made me feel, you know, like I said, it gives you an opportunity to defend yourself, explain yourself, or it helps me to realize that maybe I misunderstood, maybe apology, whatever happens from it. But I feel like it helps to renew the energy. It's almost like, you know, fresh water coming in, a renewing of energy instead of stagnant energy. So when it comes to the energies of today, I'm getting that whole, you know, I'm getting that stagnant vibe, meaning that something happened and it's like you can feel that things aren't right, but yet still people are saying everything is all good. I think of, say, dealing with a person who doesn't have your best interest at heart and they got the biggest smile on their face. They even brought you a gift for your birthday or a gift for whatever, but you could just feel like they're resentful or they feel some type of way about you for whatever reason, but you don't even know what you did. And you could have done anything, but they're not telling you what you did. So you're not allowed the opportunity to defend yourself, explain yourself, or even apologize. So yeah, when it comes to the energies in the day, to me, communication could be a little bit confusing because you could find yourself feeling one thing, but what it is that you're hearing and experiencing could be totally different from what it is that you're feeling. And I feel like all of this energy here plays a big part with the full moon energy that will help to wrap things up or help us to understand certain things about ourselves on a different level that we wouldn't have been able to understand otherwise without everything that's happening today. I like how the moon does positively aspect Pluto. So with the moon positively aspect Pluto, the inner world is in a space where it wants to transform. The inner world is in a space where it doesn't want to sit in this toxic, stagnant energy. And to me, a relationship is toxic when the people involved don't want to work on making it better. Like I think of the friend groups where it's like they keep pissing each other off, but there's never a real conversation. It's like everybody keeps acting like nothing happened. But whenever everybody gets together, there's always drinks or always things that causes everybody to truly escape. So nobody's ever really together and present. There's always some kind of an escape when everybody gets together. So because there's always some kind of an escape when everybody gets together, it's like the getting togethers aren't really genuine because people can't get together and be present because there's so many unresolved things there, or there's nothing in common other than like say the things, you know, like getting together to escape and whatnot. With the moon positively aspecting Pluto, the inner world wants things to be renewed, wants things to be refreshed. It's like wanting to have that conversation, wanting to get therapy with the family member, with the partner. It's like, let's transform things because, you know, I'm feeling that stuck energy and it's like, okay, let's get help or let's work this through. Let's talk about this. Something needs to get to an end so that things could be renewed is what I'm getting from the energies within the day. You guys, such a pleasure sharing this message with you as usual. If you'd like to book a reading or check out my exclusive content only on Patreon, the links for that is in the description box below. Please let me know you're here with me by dropping me a brown heart in the comment box below. I would love to hear from you and look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Love yourself as if your life depended on it, because it does. Take care of yourself, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.